Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is a deep analysis for Bitcoin. It's gonna be a very deep analysis. We have multiple scenarios today, and of course, due to the latest price action, some additional scenarios are included. We need to understand them very clearly because we're gonna see, of course, how the things is going to be unfolding systematically in the next weeks, and potentially, of course, it can be, of course, dropping down. It's not necessarily only to move up. So we have some scenarios for both sideways. So we're gonna see what's going on. So starting with the all-time history here, we are looking at our parabolic view. We have, of course, our impulse where we have a 1, a 2 here, and 3, 4, and a 5. Finished wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 in the all-time history, meaning a full impulse is finished over there. As you can see, every single bear market is a very sharp and deep zigzag somehow. And currently, after this bull run that we got lately, which is, of course, after a wave 2 or a wave B, we are looking for a potential finished impulse where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And potentially what's going on here is can be, of course, a correction ABC, and that was much more likely the last weeks. Now with the new price action where we start to see a rebound, and I directly switch to be, of course, bullish again, because this is a market how it works. Of course, I switch even very early, of course, from the beginning, because that was a signal that no, we're not dropping down, we're rebounding toward the upside, unfolding new potential scenarios for the bullish, where we might still, of course, hit this parabolic curve taken from the all-time highs every single cycle that we saw in the history. So you can see this parabolic curve catching all the all-time highs for every single cycle, and currently we are very close for it in our cycle as well. And that means, of course, here, if we are in a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 is still unfolding for bullish here, it can be that you have several or triple 1, 2s here. You have 3, 4, 5, a 4, and a 5. 4 and a 5 can be very likely, or even it can be internally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and this is your final wave for 5, which is finishing as kind of like an ending diagonal. Now, of course, that is even ultimate a bullish scenario, which it can transform into 1, 2, 3, wave 4 given here, and then wave 5 very extended, which it has started to be a 1, 2, another several 1, 2s here, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 towards the upside. We're gonna see, of course, these scenarios and the key levels for it, of course. Now, basically, for the bearish, you're still, of course, in the area where you can still call a potential A, B, and a C towards the downside. However, this formation of this fifth wave that we are looking here is opening the potential, of course, of a rebound in bullish for a new all-time high, and of course to hit the parabolic curve as expected before. If we move to the daily, we can see as well regarding the channeling for, of course, our bull run taken from the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We have our base channel based on the wave 2. We see the price moving outside this base channel in yellow, breaking, of course, this the channel and unfolding something, of course, as a wave 3, as confirmation for a wave 3. And, of course, later ranging sideways in a blue channel corrective, course, as you can see. And then, of course, as a signal that we have finished correction, we broke this blue channel. We broke again, of course, the base channel, and we enter the acceleration channel taken from the wave 2. And based on the wave 3, we can see that the wave 5 has hit exactly the middle line of this acceleration channel. And this is exactly what you would like to see in a wave 5 for an impulse. Therefore, this is, of course, very confirmed that this impulse has finished over there potentially. But in case, of course, it has several 1, 2s here, we might be in something unfolding still for higher, meaning 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. And you still have one more wave 4 and a 5 unfolding for higher. Now, this wave 5 that it has started, of course, to show some potential here, but of course it was a little bit showing exhaustion somehow with the moves, and you see, of course, the impulses getting shorter and shorter while moving toward the upside until we get, of course, a very important correction and we start to see another move for higher 5 waves kind of, which can be, of course, an impulse, it can be an ABC here, And this is where we have counted, of course, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and we start to think about 1, 2 unfolding for 3, 4, and a 5 in an expanding flat, if you remember last week's. And of course, the signal was, this scenario was working perfectly until after having 1, 2 here, and we dropped down until we saw a signal, of course, for rebound, 5 ways up, 3 ways down internally and moving, and confirmation for higher. And this is exactly what I called, okay, bullish scenario again. And that because we did not took the low. And many questions in the comments were like, what the hell, KG? You was very bearish for many weeks before, and with this expanding flat, why directly you switch to bullish? This is the thing, guys. This is exactly the signal why I switch, because first thing, you got, of course, everything perfectly here as 3 waves up, and you prepare a 1, 2 to move downward. But when you move downward, you start to see some weakness during this move downward. Plus, the second thing is that you didn't took the low, and you start to see the signal, my famous signal, 5 ways up, 3 ways down, breaking the high. It's a confirmation for at least zigzag toward the upside. Further confirmation was given in the middle here once you broke the 1-to-1 fib level. Once broken, meaning of course it's a wave 3 and not simple zigzag unfolding. And here where I start to be even much more confident with higher probability for bullish. And here we are, right? Currently, we are at the top. We didn't took the all-time high, but as you can see, this is my expected all-time high already since 1 year ago. This line has been drawn since 1 year ago when the price action was still over there. If you remember, we started the channel by this, of course, line here as expected all-time high. And here we are. We are there. We're back to this line, and I believe it's going to be broken a little bit higher. Now, what I would like to see for continuation for higher prices is, of course, breaking this base channel, or at least, of course, hitting it in a wave 3, 4, and the wave 5 should break outside this base channel as a potential final wave 5 to finish, of course, our bull run here. In a way, one way, of course, will be one of them of these scenarios that will be provided right now after this channeling analysis. As you can see clearly that we have broke this corrective channel finally as a signal of strength, and we move toward the upside even without rejection yet, of course, and we're still looking for higher. Let's move for the labeling. So for the bearish that I was calling for, ABC, currently it has the lowest possibility, especially after this rebound, where I called, of course, a bullish scenario. And of course, we are looking here for a potential movement towards upside. And of course, we are still in the blue box, which is, of course, a wave B here, can be, which it can be, of course, kind of like 1.38 taken from the A to the B to the C. And that means, of course, there is a possibility that you might still, of course, moving for lower, even if the wave B is still there. Well, we didn't took the high yet 100%, but we're very, very close. So the probability is very, very low for this one. I'm not going to focus on it. Of course, even it can be an A, B, and a C, and then rebound because it is corrective. However, very low possibility right now. A possibility that it might be unfolding here is the same ABC in a wave B, right? So still, of course, same scenario, but your ABC is not finished. And your wave C is finishing here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And as you can see, for this scenario, the wave 3, the ending diagonal of a wave C, has to finish around the 0.886, 0.786 in this blue box, 130K. And this ABC as a wave 3 can be, of course, your ending diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm still expecting a little bit more. But, of course, don't forget the 1.38. If broken decisively, and especially if we take the 1-to-1 fib level here, therefore, of course, you are not in a wave B. This scenario is out. Yeah, so this is the signal that we might shift to something else later, right? So once the price hits the 132K, we will shift directly to another scenario, which is, of course, bullish scenario, still finishing a wave 5, which is of course 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 and a 5 4 and a 5. Your wave 5 is a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 as an ending diagonal. This ending diagonal might hit also around the 130k, of course. Same targets, by the way, with this area, 130k. Same targets for this one can be as well 130k. It can be definitely here an ending diagonal, wave 5, meaning we drop down after it. The common thing with this scenario, which is of course an ending diagonal here for a wave 5 in a bull run, is that you might finish a bull run over there, wave 1. Now with this scenario, the other one is you are finishing an A, B, and a C. And with this one, of course, wave C is gonna be one single move downward, aggressive move, very impulsive. While the other one, and then of course you move for a bull run again because this is an ABC, right? So you didn't finish a wave 1 here, you finished your wave 1 over there. And you move again for a wave 3, massive, of course, wave 3 towards the upside. The other scenario where you finish a wave 1 here in this position, you are looking for a wave 1, and that means you start a new bear market. It might be, of course, 3 waves. It might be, of course, impulsive again, correction, impulsive again. So both have to be, of course, impulsive downward. The only difference is that is it one leg downward as an A, B, and a C, and we move high, or is it like 3 waves downward, which is going to take more time, right? And might be even deeper. So these are the possibilities, of course. 130k is very, very essential price to be watched. The next scenario is also a bullish scenario, but is unfolding for higher, meaning if we break above the 130k, the two scenarios that we saw before, if we break above them, the price decisively moves for higher. 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Your wave 5 is a very huge ending diagonal. 1 2 3 4 and a 5, hitting 160,000 for Bitcoin. And this signal is given once we take the 133k 800, because this is the highest key level where you might see, of course, something moving for higher. So this is how we're gonna, of course, walk step by step with it. Now, if we break even above this and the wave 5 becomes longer than wave 3, meaning 179k, that is very huge, we're moving into, of course, an ultimate bullish scenario. This ultimate bullish scenario is a 1 2 3 4 and very extended wave 5. This wave 5 is a 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, of course, to finish a wave 3 in the brackets, meaning 1 2 3 4 5 for a wave 5 in 1 2 3 4 and a 5. You're looking for 250k potentially for this scenario, and of course this might be your 1.618 only for a wave 3 4 and a 5 is still, of course, can be possible to 300k for Bitcoin. This is the ultimate bullish scenario. This is of course, even it's not Moonboy scenario. The Moonboy talks about 1 million. We are, of course, much more realistic here. 250k 300k for Bitcoin is the ultimate bullish scenario. So these are the steps, of course, for Bitcoin movement in the next weeks, I would say even months, if we come to this. So I'm going to watch first, again, the 100, first 25K, 126K, if broken, because this, once it is broken, of course, and we see, of course, 130K, it still can be, of course, wave B, but much more likely that it is, of course, here an ending diagonal, finishing in this area, which is also 130k around it, and then moving, of course, for a bear market. If broken above 133k, or I would say, yes, 133k, if broken above it, and that means, of course, that your wave 5 is becoming longer somehow, or wave 3 becoming longer than wave 1, invalidation, that means we're moving for higher, guys. Okay, we're moving for higher, which is, of course, above the 133k, and we're moving for the next scenario, which is the large ending diagonal. So we have two diagonals: large ending diagonal scenario and small ending diagonal scenario, which is of course 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Small ending diagonal, we move down. Large ending diagonal is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, we move down. If continuation to 180, therefore ultimate bullish scenario toward the upside. I hope that was clear enough. I know it's a little bit complicated, but I tried my best, of course, to make it easier and to understand it step by step. How we're gonna walk with this in the next weeks. I hope that you walk with me and you understand this very well, because the deep analysis always tells us exactly what we might see for the next weeks and even months, yeah, for the whole cycle. And this is the purpose why I do such deep analysis on this channel. So basically, also on the lower time frame, let's see what do we have today on the lower time frame. So yesterday I mentioned that we're still looking for higher. This is still extending for higher prices. We have 1, 2, 1, 2. Wave 3 is unfolding towards the upside still, and especially that we are looking here at a 1, 2, 3, 4 very sideways wave 4, 5 to finish a wave 3, meaning wave 3 is not finished yet, and I'm still looking, of course, for higher. This target is taken on the 1 hour chart, based of course on the wave 1 and the wave 3, to give us this area. 125k can be very likely. 124k 700 also can be very likely, and then moving for a wave 4 later on to continue our bullish scenario. Yep, so these are the possibilities for today. Don't forget, today we have a live stream. We're gonna, of course, analyze also the whole crypto market with the altcoins as well, and to see what are the potentials for the bull run, and of course for your special requests. So be there. I'm gonna be waiting for you guys, and see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.